Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior and welcome to another video. This one's going to be very different to what I normally do, so if you aren't particularly interested, I completely understand. But Maximilian made a video a few days ago discussing the relationship between YouTube and Mortal Kombat and how it's going to possibly affect the community and content creators in kind of a negative manner. I highly do recommend you go check out his video before you do come here, because he does point out a lot of stuff there, but in this one I've actually done some personal digging myself and went around to see what was kind of monetizable and what stuff was instantly blacklisted. Now for me to actually talk about this, we have to kind of go to the very beginning of where like the YouTube adpocalypse happened last year, April/March. During this time a lot of advertisers actually pulled out of YouTube, which means that content creators weren't making a lot of money. Ever since then, with advertisers returning, YouTube has been taking a much more PC approach with their platform. They'll blacklist videos that aren't considered child friendly and kind of demonetize and stop certain channel growth. Ever since this new kind of changed the landscape of YouTube, the one thing I found from covering Mortal Kombat since the beginning of last month is that every Mortal Kombat video I've in fact made from the beginning of this year has been hit with that yellow demonetization symbol, which means they're clearly trying to blacklist Mortal Kombat videos as a whole, not just mine in particular. And I know it might seem obvious, but I feel like I need to put this out there, but never on my channel have I ever made a brutality or fatality compilation video. I've always made it for kind of educational purposes, so it just kind of goes to show that they don't really care what kind of content you make. Regardless of what the actual intention is, it does seem like they're going to demonetize you anyway. So some of you are probably wondering, what is the purpose of this video? Well, I'm actually making this video here to actually help and encourage new content creators come to the platform and how they need to be kind of careful of what they do in this kind of new different landscape. Also, I'm here to point out like the ridiculous system that is in place at the moment and how absurd it's kind of become. So over the course of today, I've actually uploaded numerous videos that have been unlisted, and I've been giving them particular titles and contents to see how the system kind of reacts to those videos. And fun fact, last night's video where I actually discussed what today's video would be, with how videos are being demonetized, actually had yesterday's video be instantly demonetized right on the spot. Unlike other videos where there's usually a gap between when they get demonetized, this one was hit instantly. So I thought to myself, what is exactly in the contents of this video that could have had this system kind of put it in a box? So earlier today I uploaded my normal bog standard intro and titled it in block caps Mortal Kombat, and surprisingly so, it wasn't demonetized. So by just having the Mortal Kombat title in a video doesn't mean that your video will be instantly demonetized. But then I started to think, what about the contents of said video? So I thought, okay, let me upload something a little bit more violent. So I got a clip of Quan Chi dying from MKX and re-uploaded it, and within 5 seconds it was instantly demonetized, despite the title being Mortal Kombat 11 Quan Chi. So it wasn't just the title, yet the contents of the actual video itself. So it does seem like they are actually blacklisting certain scenes from games now. Also, forgot to point out that every single one of these videos that I did upload today had no tags on them. This is purely off titles. I also ended up uploading an X-ray for Mortal Kombat 9 just to see how the system would actually react to me uploading Mortal Kombat 11 X-ray or something of the sorts, and instantly you could see the system at work because it went from green to grey to yellow. So the word X-ray is clearly something that's actually been highlighted here. Now whilst I was looking into this, I actually reached out to a friend of mine. I'm not going to say who this individual is because I don't want him or her to have unwanted attention drawn to them, especially if I'm pointing out the problems here, but said individual does gameplay videos. Unfortunately for him or her, none of the gameplay videos were demonetized. So if you are interested in making gameplay videos, you should be kind of safe. But apparently X-rays are like now a red flag. You can see how this is starting to get a little bit absurd. I also wanted to see how far back like this whole demonetization thing would go, so I re-uploaded the intro for Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, where we all know Liu Kang gets his neck snapped. And the very interesting thing about this is that it was actually monetized for a few seconds before it was eventually hit with the yellow symbol of doom. So I think it's quite safe to say that any cutscenes that have any form of like violence in them will instantly be demonetized. I also wanted to see what it actually looked like with clickbait titles and all, so I re-uploaded my intro, but I labeled it Mortal Kombat Brutality, and surprisingly so, it actually wasn't demonetized. So brutalities are kind of an okay thing, I guess. There's bound to be one that slips through the cracks and gets demonetized, but I think that brutalities aren't too much of a sensitive topic. But I'm also saying that I would highly advise anyone to avoid putting that in their tags, because that could be troublesome. Now here is a really interesting one I decided to do. I had 2 different videos containing the same content of a character intro and labelled one Mortal Kombat Fatality and one Mortal Kombat 11 X-Ray. I actually forgot to unlist the X-Ray one and I got a lot of fun comments with people being curious as to what was going on. Don't worry, there was a reason for anyone who was curious earlier today. back on my point, here's the really interesting one. The video where I had the title Fatality was instantly demonetized, but the one where I had X-Ray wasn't actually demonetized. So it seems that here that you need to be kind of careful with particular titles you choose, as well as the content you involve in your video. Now this for the most part really did cover a lot of stuff I wanted to point out here. I don't think character names like Scorpion, Sub-Zero or Kenshi will be like blacklisted. Now yes, this is very different to what I wanted to do, but I wanted everyone to kind of understand the extremes that YouTube are going to with like how they're kind of pushing Mortal Kombat content in the box right now. It's really not a good sign, and I also wanted to kind of help raise awareness for this situation. Because understandably, it's very disheartening to see what the platform is actually doing to people. Now no, I'm not making this video so I'm just kind of like, hey, feel sorry for me, blah blah blah. I'm doing this because I want new content creators to come on the platform and feel like they aren't walking on glass. I feel an important part of what we do is help grow our community, and the only ways we can do that is really by helping each other. I started making videos during the Mortal Kombat X era, and the community and support I got really did help propel me to a position where I'm actually really happy and quite comfortable with my living. It's not phenomenal, but it's enough that I'm actually happy with my well-being. I'm making this video so many people can follow their dream and what they love, so hopefully this helps a lot of future content creators who are watching this, as well as give others who are currently around more tips on how they should kind of approach their tags and their titles. The Mortal Kombat community is one I deeply love, and it's a shame that we're all kind of in a awkward position. Now the only thing I can ask from you fans, and basically any fans of Mortal Kombat creators in general, is to support your content creators. Subscribe to them. Just a thumbs up and your attention and reception is all we actually need. So please, if you actually really want to help support another content creator, not one that's just Mortal Kombat based, just give back some positive reception to those that you actually feel do deserve it. I don't want to come across as preachy here, but until something is done and the Mortal Kombat community is in kind of a better place, that's all us as content creators can actually ask from you. But yeah, that more or less does wrap up the video. I hope this kind of raises more awareness of the situation. I hope that the stuff I did mention at the beginning with tags and titles and like video content help you all, because if you don't really know how to approach these things, making it into a living is going to be very difficult. But yeah, that does really wrap it up for this video. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching this. It's not my standard Mortal Kombat content, but I really do hope that you've listened to what I've said here and I haven't come across too preachy. I really do appreciate the amazing fan base I've got here, and I don't take it for granted. And the only thing I ever do ask in return is just for some of your time, a thumbs up, and maybe even a comment. So if possible guys, please do that with every content creator you support, not even ones that are just in the Mortal Kombat community, because demonetization is unfortunately a very scary thing for content creators who are kind of in this area. Hopefully I won't have to make one of these videos again, but if things do change, rest assured I will let you all know. Again, thanks for everyone that's watching. As I mentioned a few times here, you guys know how to support my channel. If you're interested in following me on social media or even anything else, links and stuff will be down in the description. Thanks again guys, and please take care.